Welcome to another episode of Ball4better, guys.
Welcome back,
What's
guys.
happening? It's been a bit of a hiatus, but we're back. Here with my
Yeah.
lovely host Sadiq. What's
I'm
happening?
best, man. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a minute. I think it's been a week or a week plus since we last ran a show, but it's good to be back.
Good to be back.
For me,
A
anyway.
lot to digest.
I
Good
can't.
to be back for me as well.
I can't speak for my other co-host, but yeah, man. There's been a lot of football, a lot of stuff that's gone on, not just in the Premier League, but in football just in general. And this, as BJ said, there's a lot to digest. I think there's only one place to start. The big game of the weekend. Arsenal United 3-1. What's your take?
I think, to be fair, I think it started off. I think both teams were quite hesitant. Started off quite tame, but the end of the match was a classic Arsenal United encounter. For me, from probably a United point of view, I feel like we did well for the majority of the game. I think we had a quick conversation prior to speaking, and prior to us hopping on. I think there's a lot of stuff that was probably executed from our side very well, but in a game of that magnitude, it usually ends up coming down to the final margins, and that's what kind of came to fruition in the game. But yeah, all in all, it was a good game. I think there was a lot of action towards the end. I think Arsenal kind of were forced into having a different setup with Partey being injured. But yeah, it was an enjoyable game.
That might have worked out for us as well. I feel like Gabriel coming back into the lineup, us seeing our traditional back four. When I say traditional back four, I mean like what we played with in general last season. So Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and then Rice and Odegaard in front of him, with the front three of Martinelli, Saka, and Nketiah. It was a decent lineup. I do feel like you guys got the better of us in the first half. I feel like when I say they got the better, we probably had most possession, was playing better, but your tactics were more effective. When you guys looked like you were breaking through on goal, it looked like there was going to be some intent there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All in all, I feel like it was tight margins. Garnacho's goal with Gabriel, who hasn't been playing, who have been crying out to come back into the lineup. Quickly leaves back and it's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just gonna say that was a bit of brilliance. Like that was kind of, what I was referring to previously as the final margins in the game. Yeah. Those little things is what kind of got Arsenal to the finish line. They kept knocking on the door. Declan Rice's, the goal to take you guys ahead. Obviously came with a bit of a deflection. So you guys rode your luck. But I think if we break the game down a bit deeper, I think there was a few things that popped up to me from a United point of view, but also from an Arsenal point of view. And one thing we just mentioned there was the change of formation, and with Partey being missing and Zinchenko coming in and Gabriel coming in. One thing I noticed a lot of during the game is that when Zinchenko did his normal, pivot into the middle, he seemed to be doing on the right side of the middle as opposed to the left-hand side. And I think that must be something that's obviously just come recently. Partey, if he's playing in the middle, predominantly play on the right side of the middle if he's in the pivot as well. So I think Arteta really wanted to continue what he was doing with Partey. But with Zinchenko being naturally left-footed, I think there was a bit of confusion amongst, maybe what was happening with the build-up, because I don't really think that was it seemed like you guys had our game plan and we had your game plan. If I'm being wholehearted, I feel like Arsenal kind of were happy with us to sit back and hit the ball long and win the ball on the second, win the second ball and attack from that. But with Onana, you don't really need to play that way anymore. You can hold the ball, and you've seen it. Those parts of the game where we had a lot of possession.
I also feel like we didn't want to press you guys because we know Onana's good on the ball. So obviously, as you said, we had your game plan, you had ours. We don't want to play into your hands. I feel like if we start to press Onana, and then that allows that maybe a ball out to a ball out wide, then a ball into the channel, and then potentially then you're looking at a overload once that happens. So I feel like it was fine margins. We're just lucky at the end of the day. Declan Rice came in clutch, and then after that you guys were chasing the game, and then we managed to add a third goal. But that being said, I feel like in terms of Arsenal, we're still not quite at our best. I feel like we're getting the results. Sorry, but we're not quite playing good football yet. But I do want to give a special shout out to Nketiah. I feel like Nketiah, I've kind of bashed him a couple of times on this show, and I just want to give him some homage. He didn't get a goal, but he played very well on the weekend. His link-up play was good. He was strong on the ball. He held it up well. Got about pretty well. Had a good bit of presence about him. So just want to give a shout out to him. Another shout out to Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira is another person that I've even been saying that I won't even call him Fabio Vieira. I call him Fabio. But because he doesn't have the right to earn the Vieira name, but he's really stepping up. His first season wasn't too great, but he's coming this season. He's looked sharp off the bench. Anytime Arteta needs him, he's come on, and he's made an impact.
Three assists. How many assists is he on now? He has like 2 assists in the last 2 games, I think.
Yeah. At least 2, anyways. He got one for Jesus today, and then he got one in the last game. Also, I want to give a shout out to Dalot. Dalot played, in my opinion, a very good game as a right back at left back, defending Bukayo Saka, who arguably is one of the top talent. In the right wingers in the world, and he pocketed him really. Dalot didn't really put a foot wrong up until Gabriel Jesus sent him to the shop for some change.
And it's funny because if you didn't watch the game, you watch that clip over and over again, and you're like, oh, Dalot's made a tit of himself. But it shows you that you really need to be paying attention to the game, because as you said, Saka was very nullified. He was, his attacking threat was very, very much dampened with Dalot's presence. And it's weird because Dalot is a right back. Sometimes he struggles defensively, and
but you know what? Sorry to interrupt you. Sometimes that might help you. I'm going against a left footer whose predominant dangers them cutting it inside. When you want to tackle, you're going to be tackling with your favorite right foot, in opposed to your left foot if you're a left back.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, to be fair. So yeah, I think you said it yourself, Dalot. I think he had a very impressive game. I think as a United fan, for me, I really was very, very impressed with Eriksen's game. I feel like he was probably one of the players on our team that's probably unlucky to have a loss. He actually had a very good game because he hasn't been playing that regularly or starting even this season. Obviously, we've had Mount, and he's not usually been starting in that LCM position for us this season. And to get your first start away from home to Arsenal, especially with the kind of form Arsenal are in and the midfield Arsenal have, I think he held his own. And obviously, he was the catalyst to our first goal, or our only goal. He won the ball back and he assisted Rashford. So I think he had a very good game. Rashford, I don't know, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of goals masking up his performances, because I wasn't really happy with his performance. There's some other people that I probably should speak about first that had very bad performances. I think Havertz had an absolute stinker.
Did he play? He didn't play.
He did play very.
For who?
Maybe it was for Bayern Leverkusen. Maybe it was playing for United even.
That guy was not on the pitch, bro.
That guy was playing for United, bro.
Listen, MIA.
That guy was.
I don't. If I start talking on Havertz, because it'll be like I'm just onto him, because I'll just be saying the same things I keep saying. As an Arsenal fan, I'm not trying to send for Havertz, bro. We just need to put this guy out the limelight, man. Let's let him rest. Give him some time on the bench. He doesn't have to be started right now. As I said, Fabio Vieira's quality. He's made an impact. Not even that. If Partey's injured anyways now, but I would have put Partey, Rice, and Odegaard against you guys. But anyways, man, even Smith Rowe, there's other guys there. We have a squad. We have an abundance of talent, and we can't just keep using the same guy
Yeah,
over and over again.
especially when there's people that you probably have in your current ranks that could play that position better than him.
Yeah,
I think that's what makes it much frustrating. And you're accommodating
just
him.
everyone who's in here, if you haven't already, just smash the like button. Smash the like button. Sorry, subscribe if you haven't. Also, be sure to tell any family members or friends that you might have that might be interested in football or engaging in what we're doing. But yeah, man. I don't know if there's anything else we want to cover on that game. I don't want to rub too much salt into the wounds, but
I think we should. Yeah, I think there's still a few things to unravel from the game. I think one thing I noticed as well as from again probably United more of a United point of view is that Onana like passing the ball is good, but there's been a few shots I've seen. I'm like, okay, are you gonna try catch that? Are you gonna save that, or what's going on? And the fact that we finished the game with Maguire and Johnny Evans,
yeah,
Leicester's centre back pairing from 2018, and we're United 5 years later, trying to, win big awards, and this is where we're at, unfortunately. So yeah, we just have to kind of keep pushing. I think it was, to be honest, it's weird because obviously the result didn't go out in our favor, but I think it was our best performance this season. And that's probably kind of saying a lot. Obviously, the circumstances need to be taken into consideration. We're away from home against one of the better teams in the Prem. We already know Ten Hag's record against the top 5 as well, or top 6. So
not only that, I'm not trying to cut you guys some slack, but maybe that's exactly what I'm doing. But Varane injured, Martinez comes off injured. Shaw's injured. Malasia's injured.
Mason Mount's injured.
But on the plus side, I know we normally cover the transfers later. While we're talking, giving Arsenal too much respect. Yeah, we could, in terms of the way they play, that just might be how Ten Hag tends to set up. Ola says, "What's wrong with Man United over the weekend, giving Arsenal too much respect?" And I feel like that's kind of how United tend to play against big teams. Sorry, go ahead, DJ.
Maybe Ola meant that United gave Arsenal too much respect, but I don't think we did.
That's what I think he means.
I don't really agree with it. I think if anything, Arsenal kind of showed us respect by not pressing. I know obviously what you said about Onana, but I feel like we had a lot of possession, and maybe that's a result of Arsenal not wanting to press our keeper. But if you look at us of late, our main issue is transitioning from the first phase to the second phase, or the second phase to the attackers, or the third phase, if you're going to call it that. And I feel like away from home, with Arsenal's crowd, the carpet, these are games that if you get out the opponent quick, you start shitting there, and anything can happen there. But I feel like I think we actually stuck to our game plan well. But Garnacho's goal being disallowed, that riling up the fans, I think those kind of things just went upon us, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I haven't a whole lot else that I want to cover. I do feel like, but to be honest, that goal from Rashford, I can't really blame anyone. I feel like Havertz did lose the ball.
He did lose the ball. He mispassed it. Yeah, he misplaced it, and then Eriksen caught the ball. And
I don't want to get on him too much, as I said, but
actually, one thing that we should actually cover on this before we kind of go to the next topic is the fact that Jadon Sancho wasn't selected, and it wasn't due to illness. It wasn't due to being injured, and I think that is a whole other chapter to speak about. But I feel like, how many chances you want to give a guy, and now he's put up his own post saying that doesn't agree with what's happened. But yeah, I think it's
let me even get the post here for the viewers. Posted it up on X, aka Twitter. Elon Musk.
X.
It's called this shit X now.
Yeah, just look at it on my page. I'm like, what the hell is X, man?
Bro. But this is it. This is what he said. Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair. All I want to do is play football with a smile on my face and contribute to my team. I respect all decisions that are made by the coaching staff. I play with fantastic players and grateful to do so, which I know every week is a challenge. I will continue to fight for this badge no matter what. Kenan, where it started.
Well, yeah, that's all you're missing on a cigarette or a spliff in his hand. But for me, I don't get what he means about being a scapegoat. Harry Maguire is a scapegoat. You know what I mean? David De Gea is a scapegoat. You are our highest paid footballer. Well, one of our highest, been the top 3 highest paid footballers in that club. You've been given a sabbatical mid-season. This manager has not even tried to. We could have easily sold him or loaned him out. Not trying to sell you. This guy's giving you time, and now you're trying to say that he's using as a scapegoat.
He just can't. For me, he just can't handle the heat. Simple as that, bro.
He's a mentality midget. He doesn't have the right mentality.
He can't handle the heat, bro. Simple as that, bro. Bro, once you're doing all this, I want to play football with a smile on my face, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You're buzzing, bro. You're buzzing, bro.
From time when Garnacho was 18, bro, you know, he's getting his minutes and he's scoring, he's impacting. What's stopping you? So
he's buzzing.
That guy tweaking for real. So yeah, he needs to sort himself out because Old Trafford is not where it started, and God knows it's not where he's going to finish as well. So he needs to get on it.
Away from that, I guess we might as well move on to. I don't know. I want to start with Evan Ferguson. You know, him being Irish. You know, got one of 3 people to get a hat trick over the weekend. I watched most of the games, most of the highlights on Match of the Day. But man, this guy, I know we've kind of, you know, shouted him out before, but he's looking like the real deal. He's looking at the real deal.
Absolutely.
Double check on the age. He's 18. He's 18 years of age, and the way he's moving in the Premiership, you know, effortless hat trick. If you ask me, it's not. I'm not trying to say he didn't try, but you know, his technical ability is effortless. He don't look like somebody who doesn't know what he's doing. He looks like a matured striker at the age of 18.
At the age of 18. And I think another thing that we need to kind of take into consideration is the time of when he's flourishing, because let's not lie, there's been a time where big number 9s has been going out of fashion for a while now. But now you see like a lot of teams are investing in big number 9s. You see Al Haaland, you see Beto, you see obviously we got Hoyland. You see, you know, a lot of teams investing in big number 9s. I think as far as number 9s go, where you're coming, like you can play where you're back against the goal, you're all-round striker, and then have a physical. Sorry.
We didn't even talk about Hoyland. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. That doesn't. We can cap on that later. But what I was gonna say is that with Ferguson, I think with him at 18, it's scary because he literally has all the attributes to be a world-class striker, but we haven't even seen even close to the finished article. And to me, he looks like Harry Kane, but like without the buffer. Like Harry Kane went through that buffer where he was, you know, scoring the Europa League, transitioning into the first team. I think with Ferguson, he just looks like, you know, he's been at football or been playing football at a very high standard for years, and this is a breakthrough season.
Facts. I don't know if I can. There's much more I can add apart from what you've already said. But man, the guy had a beautiful hat trick at the weekend.
One of them was.
Were they playing Villa, right?
Against Newcastle. Newcastle. I think one of them was a deflected goal, but I think it was the nuance that he had with all the goals. Yeah, the last one was deflected. I think it was the nuance he had with all the goals. All of them, there was a lot of threat and meaning behind them. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I don't know what to do. Like when he shot, the shooting
with conviction, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. And as we said, for someone that comes from Bohemians, straight to Brighton,
top league,
and
he's looking at home. He's looking at home. And I'm looking at Bohemians, bro. He's only played three League of Ireland games, apparently.
Yeah.
Don't know how far true it is.
No, obviously he would have been you. So what's happening now is that obviously he's a breakthrough star now, but I think what happened at Bowes is like he broke through the academy as well. But the breakthrough was so sharp that he was bought quite soon after he broke through.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really had a steady form of games in his breakthrough season with Bowes, but he's paying dividends the last 2 seasons. You know, I feel like whenever he makes his move, he's going to be at least 140, 150 million easy.
Yeah, thanks. Well, this is just circling back to how Brighton are just farming talent, and they're just going to be siphoning money from all these big clubs.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need to put probably a special kind of emphasis on Irish players in general. I think Ireland has had a really big flock of young talent coming in. Talk about Nathan Collins at Brentford. We're talking about the really high stages. Nathan Collins got an assist. Andrew Bamidele got a move from Norwich
I'm
to.
not gonna lie, yeah. Even Benny, I'm watching him for Luton, and he needs to be starting.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Like I'm looking on that left wing, and he's therefore Giles is all right, but he's therefore technically more technically gifted than Giles, anyways, in my
I
opinion.
think Giles probably may have more. I probably think Giles probably is technically better, but Ogbene is more of a threat. Giles wants to get the ball, pass it, or cross it in. As well as Ogbene, you go down the touch line, you try skin you. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but then again, what's the pain that comes with playing five at the back. Your wing backs have to be your attackers and defenders.
Facts.
Unfortunately,
They have decent wing backs, but as you said, I don't know that five at the back, and this is the reason why I struggled watching Tottenham so much last season. Like I just like to watch football, and
yeah,
Tottenham are rivals, but Luton play that five at the back, and it's not progressive football. It's very boring to watch. The combination play. There's only a few managers that can pull off five at the back and make it
at high level.
yeah, make it look
You
sexy.
know, you know what's funny is like people use five at the back so it's defensively more solid, but it's harder, as you just said, it's harder to actually pull off a back five at the back because if you're a full back, you're more or less taking up two people, the winger and do you know what I mean, the winger and the fullback. Even with my Sunday League team, I know it's probably not the best example, but we were playing five at the back recently. You struggle to create chances because you have one less player. A lot of people like to swing it as three at the back, but technically it's really five.
Yeah. It depends on how you deploy it because you see people like Pep play three at the back and it really is three at the back and you have the fourth centre back running up the pitch and
yeah, exactly.
It just depends how you deploy it, but obviously the traditional three at the back is five at the back, no arguments there. But yeah, I just want to quickly touch on Højlund. Højlund came on, he played, I think it was about 15 odd minutes, but he looked sharp when he came on. Gave Gabriel a good bit of a wrestling. Obviously, Gabriel gave it back. Pause. It was a good little cameo from him. Obviously, I think he's also 18 or 19. I'm not too sure how old he is, but he looks steady as well. Even had a little nice flick onto Casemiro, I believe.
Yeah, for the goal.
For the goal that was disallowed.
I think with him, we're very optimistic because he's 20. He has a lot of good characteristics. He can hold the ball up. He can run down the channel, but he's also good with his feet. And he's a lefty. I think lefties, me probably being a bit biased, but lefties usually do have a little bit more tech. But I think he's going to be a handful for a lot of defenders. You're dealing with trying to man-mark him, and if he's taking up or occupying your time, that creates time for Rashford and Anthony. I think he will definitely come good on. I think in the system that we deploy, we were missing a focal figure at number 9. We've seen that Rashford deployed there, and that kind of Randall Kolo Muani number 9 winger kind of hybrid player for the style of play you want to play, and if you want to build up, you kind of need somebody that can hold the ball up, and I think he's going to be someone that can offer that to us. And as you said, the cameo was very, very, very promising.
Yeah, I just wanted because you said Martial was playing against you, and even I just want to even just make just a small comparison. As soon as this guy came on, he's making himself known, making it known that I'm here, I'm a presence, I'm gonna be fighting for every ball with you guys, and that goes a long way when you're playing up front because now defenders aren't trying to just treat you anyhow no more. Now they're actually trying to defend properly, not just they see you're on wrestling as well. Some defenders are like shit long day.
You get me? Even what you said about Martial, I was gonna say I didn't say that, but what you said is spot on because with Martial, he like even with his press was like a kind of like halfway press. He was like running to them, and then when he got close enough, he wasn't really fully pressing. And with Højlund, as you said, as it came on, he was literally getting his back up against Gabriel. And we've seen it, if you're a target man and you can get up against a defender and give him a bit of a headache, he's second guessing. Sometimes he's going up for balls, he's panicking, thinking you're gonna shoulder him or something. So it keeps the defenders second guessing, and also gets the attackers into play. So I think, we might have got a really good acquisition there. I know people had a lot of question marks about his price tag, but I think he definitely will be a good acquisition for us.
Okay. I feel like we've spent quite a lot of time on that, and I just wanted to go back to speak about Højlund. But next game, Liverpool Villa. Liverpool won 3-0. Szoboszlai had a nice little left-footed effort from just outside of the box or the edge of the box. Salah got one. Nunes kind of got an own goal. I believe he smashed it off the post and Matty Cash kicked it in. But Liverpool looked steady as well. Not gonna lie, their attack is not an attack that I would particularly like to defend against. It's just their balance in transition that I'm a bit afraid of. I feel like in transition they could get exploited if they don't have defensive-minded players in the right place. But we'll see as the season goes on. They had a decent performance. Even to go back to last week, because I know we didn't speak about last week's game, but Nunes came on against Newcastle. They were losing 1-0. Within 12 minutes, he's come on. He's got 2 goals. He's turned the game around, and he's looking pretty sharp this past few weeks. Yeah, this season.
Yeah,
this past few weeks.
It looks like whatever they've been doing on the training ground is paying dividends. I feel like even with the cameo I've seen against Newcastle, like I feel like he's probably worked on a lot of things, and the way he's been eased into the season's probably worked in his favor. Like not being in the limelight, having no kind of pressure. But do I think that that team is enough to challenge, or that team is enough to be guaranteed the top 4 place? No, I'm still not convinced. With Ryan Gravenberch as well is coming, but he's already signed for him, but he's not a DM. He's not a CDM. So that CDM question is still gonna cause some eyebrow raises. And I think when they play against a big team, getting caught in that transition might be scary, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
they also have that Endo. They have Bicetic. Just depends on how quickly they're able to get them up to speed and up to the intensity of these bigger games. That's even if that's the players they decide to go with. You never know. Klopp might turn one of these players into a more defensive player. We'll see how it goes. Is there anything else you wanted to speak about in that game?
No, I was just gonna say Watkins, bro. I'm really pissed off. There's probably FPL talking there, but Watkins, he's been just firing those all season. I don't think he's even gone off the mark this season yet. He still hasn't scored.
He's whack, man.
I'm a very big enthusiast.
Oh, you're right. Watkins. I don't think he scored. Yeah.
He hasn't scored this season.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm a big Ollie Watkins enthusiast. He hasn't scored this season, and obviously me having in my team, I had Everson. I had Evan Ferguson on my bench. And he got 17 points, and I was, giving Watkins the nod ahead of him. But yeah,
even the strikers are so hard to pick in FPL because you could pick Isak. Last game didn't
Newcastle don't look good.
Yeah, no, Newcastle don't look good, but they've had tough fixtures, man. They've played Villa, they've played Liverpool, they've played City, and
Liverpool. They were playing against their man for a lot of the game. City obviously fares. Villa.
But Liverpool is still Liverpool, bro. I feel like because they had a dodgy season last season, we're still moving like they're not Liverpool, bro. They're still a lot of them players are still, they're still on smoke.
True. Yeah, that is very true. I don't know. I feel like Newcastle, everybody's kind of changing their tone of voice on them now. There are people who are shouting for a top 10 fix and finish.
No, but I said it, bro. I said I didn't think they were gonna be able to deal with Champions League and Premier League, but obviously I can't even say that's the reason why they've not looked as sharp the start of the season. It's because they've had tough games, bro. Any team who's gonna play all them teams that I've said, you're gonna be dropping points for sure, bro. You played City, you played Liverpool, you played Brighton, and you played Villa. That's like four out of the top 8.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Okay, so Villa, yeah, okay, they won't beat Villa. Liverpool was at home, and once again, I'm reiterating the fact that they had 10. Well, Liverpool had 10 men. I know Liverpool, but one of their centre backs was literally sent off. So
Yeah,
10 men at
the
home,
men
you're
centre
winning,
back.
you're winning as well. So you could at least even grind out with a draw. Brighton again, they're reinvesting their team, their Champions League team this season. I think they should have put a bit
Europa.
more of a. No, I mean Newcastle. They're a Champions League team
Okay,
this
sorry.
season,
Yeah,
so they should be kind of taking the game to Brighton. But I feel like Brighton, I think Newcastle had this second or highest, lowest expected goal tally. I mean expected goal ratio rather, if that makes sense. So they were in the top three lowest um, XGs this match week, and a lot of people are saying that these guys are going to get top four again, and
yeah, no.
looks like it's kind of unraveling
They're
quickly.
not. They're not going to get. There's Tottenham are better than Newcastle. Let me be honest with you. Like, I'm not trying to say Eddie Howe is not a great coach, but you know, I can still see
Excuse me.
some some signs of him being someone who's still learning on the job. Um, but yeah, even speaking of Newcastle, anyway, they're the ones who got pumped. They're the ones who got dipped by Brighton. Um, Next game, might as well talk Luton. Luton lost 2-1 to West Ham. I don't know if did you watch that game? Did you watch the highlights?
I did. I already said I've been saying it to you all season. I think Luton are going down, and
Did you watch the highlights?
I watched the game.
Oh, you watched the game?
Yeah, I watched
Bro,
it. Yeah, it
game's
was
out, man. I know, not to be honest, yeah. I'm starting to agree with you a small bit, but there was a handball, bro. Ward Prowse handballed that team, fam. That would have been 2-2. And
bro.
this is, I know I'm clutching at straws, but the thing is, the way these referees, the way the law is right now with referees, the lines are so blurred that a man can touch the ball and actually have a right to be like, yo, that's a penalty. Because I've seen it given this season, even.
Yeah, I think it's so hard. Like, there's so many inconsistencies with the officiating this season. It's hard to kind of pinpoint where the line is. But yeah, I don't know. When I was watching the game, the handball fair is okay. He did hit his hand, but I don't think it was intentional. Don't think it was really a penalty. I don't think apart from that, and the goal that Luton obviously scored, I don't think Luton posed any, if much of a threat at all. I think West Ham. I wanted to even give a special shout out to Kurt Zuma. He's played absolutely fantastic.
Even Mikel Antonio, because I watched their last game as well against, maybe it was against Brighton. He gave the defender Webster,
spin. Yeah, he spun him.
bro. He gave him the little jink, bro,
Drinking me drink. West Ham
bro,
looks solid this season.
bros. And even what's it called? Fabianski's not in goals no more. Areola's getting
Areola,
call ups to France,
France.
even for FPL. He's a nice budget, 4 million option, 4.1 million.
Yeah, I have him on my team. Yeah, Areola's a nice little coup. He should have always. I thought he should have always been kind of staying ahead of. Obviously, Fabianski's been a good servant to him, but I feel like even last year we could see a lot of signs that Fabianski was declining, and obviously they've addressed it this season. But yeah, man, I think Newcastle look like a very tidy unit. Jared Bowen, Paqueta, Benrahma, Max Cornet, Kudus. They have a lot of attacking people to choose from, and Ward-Prowse and Alvarez is a very good anchor as well. So
Do
long
you
may continue.
do you still think you still think that even despite what you saw, Luton will be going down?
I think what I've seen, I think Luton have more of a chance of even like the chances of me thinking that they'll stay up is decreased. I think I think they might even have the lowest goal points tally in the Premier League history. 6 points, Derby County. These guys are not giving me any hope. They have no attacking outlet. They have no creativity in the midfield. Bar Barkley and him himself is a very big stretch of creativity. Tahi Chong is a winger playing CM. Their best player is a CDM, and the only player they've gotten since the window
I
is
feel they've scored in every game so far.
they scored against Chelsea. No, they scored against West Ham and they scored
Brighton.
against
Or they didn't
Brighton.
score against Chelsea. They just scored against West Ham against Brighton.
Yeah, that was it. And the goal they scored against West Ham was from a set piece. Like it's not like they create anything. Bro, I don't know. Like, look at the team. I don't know any
No,
players.
but what's it called is coming in. I think Sambi
Lukonga, yeah, he is, yeah.
Sambi Lukonga's coming in.
Conley Woodrow, Chido's Rene, like
There's another guy that they got. Let me check.
Tim Krul.
No, there's another guy they got around deadline day. Or maybe I'm wrong, but I know they were talking about getting Van der Beek as well. That I know that didn't happen. Here we go. Some transfer market. My internet's moving real slow. But yeah, I feel like, to be honest, yeah, the more and more I watch them as well, the more and more, as much as it pains me to see, I'm inclined to agree. But
I think the nostalgia's worn off now. Like, you know, they've got promoted now. We've laughed at Kenilworth Road, and we said, "Oh yeah, we can see people's living rooms." Novelty's worn off now. I think it's, you know, if they haven't already, I'm very surprised they haven't. But they should definitely be preparing for life in the championship again soon, because that's where they're going back to.
chill out, man.
Luton, Burnley, Burnley look like they don't have enough as well to stay in the Premier this season.
Yeah, no, Burnley. To be honest, even Sheffield as well. To be honest, Sheffield actually look like.
Yeah, they look alright.
They look a bit decent. Yeah, they look a bit decent. Might as well talk about Sheffield next. They played
Everton. Cameron
Everton.
Archer had a strong.
That's another team that I think is going to go down. I said they're going to go down in my predictions. They should probably do a revised prediction during the week. But that being said, I feel like Everton was stinky, man, or have been stinky, even though they managed to get the draw. To be honest, they're
I don't think they were
stinky,
stinky
but
on the weekend.
no, I feel like they're stinky. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like
they have been stinky, but this weekend gone they weren't stinky. I don't think.
I feel like it's just a couple players bailed them out. I feel like that Dan Juma guy. I said it even when they played. I don't know who they played last week, but when he came on, he looked like the only one who was a threat. That guy, when he's on the ball, you can see he's trying to make stuff happen.
Beto's good.
Sorry, yeah, Beto was decent, but
Dwight McNeil is only. He's only come back from injury.
They have decent players, but it's that defense, bro. That Tarkowski, and Ben Mee or Michael Keane or whatever. That Burnley defense. I don't know if I can. And what's it called? Ashley Young as well, isn't it?
Ashley Young left full, yeah. And then Nathan Patterson. No, that defense is poor. Lee said it as well, man. He said it. I think it was SDS, or he said it on Sky Sports. He said that if one of your biggest signings is Ashley Young, you've probably done something wrong recruitment wise, and you know. But I think I genuinely think it's going to come close. But I think everything will stay up. I think once they start getting a run of form and once they start getting a bit more confidence, I think they start running their results. I think they weren't finding easy to score, and now they've got better. I think that might become a bit easier to them. Obviously, Dwight McNeil is a great addition to them, but I think the team is coming into shape now. So obviously, Beto will be up top, right wing, then Juma, left wing, then Juma, right wing, and Dwight McNeil, and then you can see some goals in that front line. I think.
Okay.
Me personally.
But yeah, man, what's it called? Oh, I don't know if you actually watched the Sheffield United Everton game. I actually did, but this guy Cameron Archer.
Yeah, that's what I said about it. I said earlier on. Cameron Archer is a big world player. He's the type of players that will keep, these player teams on the fringe. They need somebody like that. Someone that's going to go out and score goals, and he has goals in him. And I don't know why. If I'm being real, I really don't know why Ting let him go. Because Villa let him go because, as we said, Watkins is moving a bit shy in front of the goal, and Cameron Archer is somebody that
they don't have. See, this is why I hear you, because Villa don't have another number 9. They have this other guy, John.
I know who you're talking about. I seen his name just a second ago. I'll get it up now. But yeah, continue your point. I'll come back.
But you need proper competition, bro.
John Duran.
You need proper competition. You need guys who's on smoke. As much as I've been sending for Eddie, I'm actually starting to see, this guy is moving like proper competition now. Bro, even though he didn't score, even though he's not scoring, bro, this guy is moving. I can see Jesus now has to. It's not just he just starts. Do you know what I'm saying? And you need that in every position, bro. Otherwise, players get comfy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're spot on. And good competition drives up performances, and I think that's what Arsenal would have needed. What did this? Oh yeah, exactly, about like Cameron Archer and fighting for the place for thing, because they've sold Ings now. They've sold Ings, and now they've sold Cameron Archer, probably who will probably be the next person up to kind of claim for that number 9. Obviously that's not why Watkins isn't scoring. Obviously you want to score goals anyway, but you need that kind of competition.
When you're the only number 9 and my shirt is Gara, sometimes you look at Antonio, bro. Like, I know he's not the best number 9, but I feel like every time they try bring in someone to try and maybe get rid of him, nah, and he's on smoke. Do you know what I'm saying? So it works for certain players. For certain players, it depends on the player and the mentality they have. That being said, might as well move on from that game. Chelsea lost to Nottingham Forest. I know Liverpool fans, especially, think Caicedo lost the ball again. Tried to play a little pass to Gallagher, got a little mixed up. Forest caught them on the break. Elanga got a little tidy goal. But yeah, Forest are another team that are starting to look like we're here to stay in the Premier League. This Awoni guy, he's looking like someone I need to bring into my Fanto. He's looking like a proper, we keep mentioning. I feel like, it's the return of the old-fashioned number 9. We're seeing all these players, the Evan Fergusons, the Nunez's, the Haaland, obviously. Even as I mentioned, this guy, Awoni, there's a lot of these number 9s that are coming in. Even Richarlison, R9, the main number 9 in the league. I'm joking about that, but there's a lot of top quality number 9s in the league, and I feel like Awoni, I'm not too sure how old he is.
He was on Liverpool's books. He was just
like a
work permit.
He's 26. Yeah, his football age is 26. So his prime might be still to come. He might still get quite a bit better. But
he just come off. I'm pretty sure he just come off 7 goals in a row in the Prem.
Yeah, he's looking striker.
We need to speak about Nigerian strikers. We're paying homage to Ireland.
But we need even to speak. We need to speak about bro. Not even Nigerian, bro. There's quality Nigerian players, bro.
Everywhere, bro. Throughout the whole of the world, mate. Nigerians are popping up. But I think, in particular, if we're looking at one position, strikers, Nigeria is blessed with an abundance of strikers. One that is coming to my head straight away, slapping me in the face. Boniface from Leverkusen. Boniface. Victor Oko Boniface. He plays for Bayern Leverkusen. He has 4 goals and 2 assists in 3 games. He came from Union Gilwa.
Yo, this guy looks like a proper F.
Bro, if you see the goal this guy scored on the weekend, mate, he's an effing joke. And he's under my man Xavi Alonso's tutelage as well. So Boniface, Noah Okafor, Oshimen. Do you know what I mean? There's lots of crazy. Yeah, Boniface is a crazy name.
It's a crazy name, bro, and he looks crazy. Let me show you, bro. Look at if I show you, man, the first picture I saw when I saw this guy. Yeah, come on, bro. Boniface. If I heard that this is who I'm defending tomorrow, yeah, I know it's the wrong thing.
This guy brought the darkest picture, bro.
Bro, this guy looks like he's on smoke.
He's on Crudenese. He speaks Crudenese.
But yeah, bro, man, Nigeria have an abundance.
Let me just show you this, bro. Let me show you this.
Nigeria have an abundance of talent, bro. You said Boniface, Osimhen, Iheanacho.
It's actually crazy. Obviously, this was the main start I was looking at. this was the main stat I was looking at: 4 goals, 2 assists, 3 games played, average match rating of 8.68. But look
So
at the
he's keep
games
on
he's had:
balling now.
9.4 and 8.9, 7.7,
Even
7.4.
against decent teams,
You get me?
Gladbach and Leipzig are decent teams.
Very decent teams, and
Club Brugge as well. That's
Union.
that Champions League qualifier, yeah, I'm guessing.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Union GW4, I think they're in Belgium. 51 matches, 17 goals is not that impressive numbers for him to come into a higher league and hit the ground running like this. So I think he's definitely someone who needs to give a big.
See, with football, football is a confidence thing, and once you're in the right
Yeah.
system that plays to your strengths, and manager can see how to unlock you, bro, then obviously it makes your job easier.
Exactly. Who else is popping? Taiwo Oni, Oshimen, Chukwueze. Lukman had a very good start here last year, but he's kind of went off it. Gift Orban is another good one. Gift Orban is another good one.
BJ is teaching me here.
2 goals in 5 games this season for
Belgium
team. He was linked to a Premier League team this season.
Yo,
but I can't remember exactly.
17 goals in 18 league games.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what boy is on smoke?
Bro, Ghent again. Here's for our viewers, but his performance is probably, Club Brugge. They play against Club Brugge, one of the biggest teams in Belgium. Yeah. 30 games, 26 goals. And 23 and 18. So, yeah, I think that kind of reinforces what we're saying about Nigerian players.
Even to move off from Nigerian players and Nottingham Forest for that matter. Tottenham, Ange Postecoglou. I put Son and Maddison in the thumbnail, and geez, man, Son first of all playing up front. Big up Tunde T Tosin, and big up Mike and you, man, showing love. Really appreciate it. Shout out to the man. Them anybody else, if you haven't smash the like button, make sure you do. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. But yeah, as I said, talking about Tottenham look steady, man. Tottenham look very steady. I feel like they might be a team that could damn well get this top 5. I'm looking at this, and I like Ange. Not to say that I like him because I don't know, it's weird because it's Tottenham, but I'm gonna be real. I'm a football fan. This guy he's seen Richarlison is not up to the levels. He's dropped him straight away. No, quickly. Now Son is playing through the middle. I'm seeing Manor Solomon is on that left hand side. They have Kulusevski on the right. You have Maddison. Son got his hat trick. Maddison got another goal. That's like 2.
Let's not forget Bentancur still to be added into this team,
Bro, Bentancur, Destiny Doggy, he's just coming. He's looking steady straight away. Vicario, he's looking. I'm not to say he's looking crazy good, but he's looking steady. He's looking all right.
Vicario is definitely somebody in Spurs team that I think is probably a weak link, but he hasn't not played his part. If you know what I mean, he's done what he's had to do. Yeah. But I feel like if the team comes under fire, he'll probably be the first player. I don't know. I've seen a few things from him. And I'm like, that's a bit.
It's a bit of a bozo.
Yeah. It's a bit floppy. I feel like any keeper that's kind of floppy is a bit of a.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what I mean?
He ain't got safe hands.
Yeah, not even in the sense of catching the ball.
No, I know what you mean. It's like sometimes you need to parry it in a certain place. You're flanking it now into the danger area for it to get whooshed back at your head top.
Exactly. Or even like sometimes when I even if you look at Alisson, when he saves the ball, bro, he's like he's trying to catch you where he's trying to kill the ball. Some people try just one hand and it's just like floppy, you need to get 2 hands onto it.
But yeah, Son was the second person who got a hat trick this weekend. He's looking steady. He's got the captain's armband around his arm, as I said. Udogi's one of the new signings that's coming. He's looking good, hit the ground running. One for fantasy. Pedro Porro, the other fullback, he's inverting. He's coming in. He's playing well. Christian Romero, he's playing well, even though he has a little bit of a bozo gene. Ange seems to have gotten all these guys ticking, and kind of focused in the correct ways.
You know what I really respect about Ange Postecoglou? Just the stuff that you probably look at Tottenham and say, "This is what you need to fix." He just went in and fixed it.
Yeah.
Like obviously, Son should be your captain. If you look at it theoretically, you can't play with Son and Richarlison. Get rid of Richarlison, play Son as 9. Play back 4. Stop playing, anti-football. Tell Romero to stop kicking people. And he's actually a good centre back. He doesn't need to. He's probably angry because they were losing so many games last season. He's not. You've seen his goal. Did you see his goal over the weekend?
Yeah.
He's got him his bad foot. He's whooshed it, bro. He has tech, so. I feel like one thing I'll say with this Tottenham team is even like the fringe players, not even fringe players, but more like less renowned players like Udogie or Papsar. He's gotten some very, very good performances from them, and they don't look out of place and they stick to their game plan. You know what I mean? Son has 3 goals. Maddison has 2.
And this is just the start as well. He's only brought in a few of these players. It's looking good, but as I said, it's still as you said, it's still very early days, so can't be jumping the gun too much. But moving on from Tottenham, I don't know if you have any points about Burnley. Burnley actually took the lead in. Burnley took the lead in that game.
I like Clive Foster.
Yeah, he's the guy who got the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, I like South African.
That's the first I've seen of him, so I can't really say too much. But they got the first and the last goals in that game. City, the other game where somebody got a hat trick. You know who that person was? Erling Haaland, the robot. Back again. I think he's like at 5 hat tricks. Quickest person to get to 5 hat tricks in Premier League. He's behind Suarez, Henry, Shearer, Aguero's at the top, and Robbie Fowler. Michael Owen.
Shirley's in front of them. You mean?
No. All those people have more. Suarez has 6. Henry has 8.
Oh, have more than him. Sorry, I thought you meant quickest. I thought you meant he was behind him in the quickest.
Oh no. He's quickest, but they have more hat tricks.
Yeah, first he's gonna beat that by the end of the year, surely.
Yeah. The most is Aguero with 12 and Haaland on 5.
Oh, okay. You'll be Aguero soon, though. But yeah, I think he has 5. Well, how many touches did he have that game again? And he has 3 goals. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one.
Even I'm liking, bro. This is as much as I don't rate. I don't want to say I don't rate Pep, but as much as I scrutinize Pep so much, I have to be real, bro. This guy's a genius. He changes how they play every single year. Now, bro, he's playing with 2 strikers, more or less. I'm seeing Haaland, even the first goal was Alvarez. Haaland got the assist. You know what I'm saying?
In the Lincoln, yeah. But then if you have that money, bro. You know what I mean? It's not like he's doing it with. It's not like he's doing it with Brighton. Like even Brighton, obviously, can't be saying that. It's not like he's doing it with Crystal Palace. Like you have a handful of money. Even if you want to actually big somebody up, let's big up Roy Hodgson. He played Mateta and he played Edward. What you're exactly saying? Exactly what you're saying. And they both banged.
Edward was looking sharp.
Edward got 2 goals and Mateta
was looking sharp as well. Oh. Mateta with the back assist as well, bro. He's getting flexy on the boys.
He did a back heel thing as well, man. He was that bald head of his, man. He's
look at bare up. The back heel was looking bare up, but effective. Yeah. I seen that. Steady.
Yeah, I like Palace.
The only issue is they played very well. They just conceded sloppy goals, but Palace. Man, I was here, kind of saying, Vieira didn't get
thank you. I was going to say
Vieira didn't get a chance, and I'm gonna be honest. Crystal Palace are looking good. They're looking, especially going forward. They're looking like they're offering a bit more. But
do you know what? Like, I know it's probably very rich for me because who am I? Who am I? Who am I to question Patrick Vieira's managerial decisions or tactics? But all I've seen Hodgson do differently is play a 4-2-3-1, which should, in theory, suit Palace better. 2 anchors, left wing, right wing, and a 10 in Eze. He was playing a 4-3-3. If you're going to go toe-to-toe with a 4-3-3, you need a good 11. You need as the lower teams, you need two anchors, bro. That's how you win midfield battles. And also benching Eze, Uncle Ibu saying Uncle Paddy V is taking all the black people on the like Eze, one of your biggest attacking threats. What happened to him? Wasn't getting a sniffing.
I agree.
Oh my god, we didn't even speak about Anthony Elanga, bro. I want to put a special shout out to Anthony Elanga, bro.
I spoke about it. When
Sorry,
Caicedo
man.
gave away the ball. Caicedo
Yeah,
gave away the ball.
he's been hot all season, man. I've been saying it. I don't know why United got rid of him, man. I think he's probably one.
Sorry, I don't mean to send, but this is why a lot of top clubs. I'm gonna send for your club. I'm also gonna send for my club. But a lot of top clubs do a lot of dodgy business and they buy a lot of players that they don't need. I'm not trying to say Elanga plays the exact same position as Anthony, but this is why you coach, bro. You coach players to play out in certain positions and play how you want them to play, especially these young.
I'm glad you said that because why I agree so much with what you said there is because if I look at Elanga, and this might sound crazy, if I look at Elanga and I look to Arsenal squad and Arsenal's profile of players and who fits kind of Elanga's build and what Arteta's done with him, the first person that screams out to me, it might come a bit weird, was Martinelli. Martinelli was an out-and-out striker. His head was moving faster than his feet. I mean, his feet was moving faster than his head. He's running crazy. And now he's turned him into a left winger. He's turning him into an established left winger. He holds his width. He dribbles at his man.
Players, bro. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Broski, don't get me wrong, I don't want to turn this into the Kai Havertz bashing show, but that was 65 million we did not need to spend, bro. We could. We have. Sorry, bro. We have players like Smith Rowe who just went to the Euros, and has just done a little, decent performance at the Euros. Has won it. You have Fabio Vieira, who's obviously looking more hungry. You've gone and spend some 65 million on somebody who's a versatile bench player. If we're looking realistically, that's what it is. He might be something else right now. You're thinking he's a starter, but realistically, his level is a bench player, versatile bench player. But we don't even know what his best position is.
You get me, and that's what happens when you coach somebody. Do you know what I mean?
And this is why. Sorry, because I think that is all the Premiership games. Actually, no, there's one more. Brentford, Bournemouth. I don't know. Did you watch? That's the one game I didn't really watch. I did see the goals. I saw Brentford had a little cheeky free kick. They caught the keeper off guard.
Yeah.
Solanke had a little had a decent goal.
Solanke, bro, sorry, he does not get the plaudits he deserves. Dominic Solanke.
He's turning into an established. To be honest, he's an established Premier League striker I think
you could say he's an established striker in the sense that, like, Championship and Premier League, he can play between those levels and hold out a 9. But I think he's definitely shown his own as an established 9 now. Because one thing I've definitely seen about him is he fits into that 9 category of 9s that even if they don't score, they're playing a blinder. They're getting physical, they're sticking. But he's added goals to his game, so. Not a bad team, but Bournemouth don't send the world alive. I think Bournemouth would actually do quite well this season. I like their manager. I actually don't even know his name, but I really like him. I always see him speaking. He seems like a very well-educated individual.
But yeah, Mbeumo got a last-minute leveler. He's been carrying since Ivan Toney's been purred. But man, Brentford looked decent. Bournemouth looked decent as well. There isn't a whole lot I wanted to add. We've been on for an hour. There's some other stuff I wanted to get through. And we were talking about what were we just talking about before I spoke about? We were talking about managers and just clubs and their recruitment and coaching players and etc. Some clubs do it better than others. I feel like Chelsea are the worst. Right now, you have Chelsea who are gone, and as soon as they see any issue, they're trying to buy a player straight away to try and fix the issue. You might think it will work now, but later on down the line, when there's bigger implications. The reason
Chelsea and Soup. Sorry, Chelsea and Soup. Go continue.
To be honest, I don't mind giving a bit of time to Chelsea because we could probably bridge into what I'm going to talk about next. But Chelsea, buying all these players, even when they bought Caicedo, they bought Lavia. I looked at Caicedo, Lavia, and Enzo. That looks like a good midfield on paper. It looks like you have balance, you have that dynamism, you have somebody who's going to win the ball, someone who's going to be a ball carrier, someone who's creative. But the thing is, football isn't won on paper. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem Chelsea are going to go through. You're buying all this talent, and we will see. We'll see. But I don't.
I think there's so much going on at Chelsea that it's even hard to kind of address, the kind of main issue, because there's other issues alongside the main issues that are going off. I don't think Enzo Fernandez. People can. I think one thing is watching football and one thing is understanding football. I don't think Enzo Fernandez sits anywhere near the table that Bruno Fernandes. Sorry for even saying him first, but Odegaard, Bruno Fernandes, KDB, all of these 10s, even Madison sits at. He's not a goal scoring 3 out of a 10. He's not even that much of a career. I just think he's an 8. But he obviously wants to go further up. Then that leads to the midfield. So Caicedo, he looks like a different player in Brighton. That's probably a bigger issue to Chelsea. They're playing 5 at the back against Luton, like they're the ones that just got promoted.
Bro, these men were playing 4 at the back all pre-season just to start running 5 at the back, bro.
You get me?
Chilwell was playing left wing, bro.
They're saying this is because of Nkunku, but how can one player throw away?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You're buying players just to now they're buying off a play. Oh, now we need a right winger. Let's buy Cole Palmer. It makes no sense. But just to move away from that, I just want to speak about we don't really talk about teams overseas, but La Liga, Real Madrid, Bellingham, especially. Bellingham has been absolutely crazy, and I just want to give a bit of homage to him. He scored 5 goals in his past 4 games. I think he's played maybe 3 away games and 1 home game. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's his first. Okay.
But he's been lighting it up. He's been, and the thing is, you have to understand that Real Madrid kind of had their heart set out on getting Mbappe. They didn't get Mbappe. It's been no problem. You have players like you have a manager first of all, and Ancelotti is gonna. I'm not just trying to say he's the best tactical manager, but he's going to set up the team the way it needs to be set up. And right now, you can see the team is flourishing.
I don't think there's many managers in the world better of getting output from young talent than Ancelotti. He's running back his old AC Milan formation of that 4-1-2-1 diamond 2. Bellingham is playing like a striker more or less right now. But 100 million, you pay 100 million for a midfielder or 100 million for a player. No slander to any other players that cost 100 million, but that's what a 100 million player does. Scores goals when it comes, obviously there's
100 million player. You can do anything, bro. If you need Bellingham to sit, I know you can sit for you, bro.
You get me. You play 8, he's playing 8, he's going strike. Even to be honest, one thing I'll never do is I'll try to keep my football agendas, away and try to see things clearly. Rice 100 million as well. He's giving you that money. Like, I think one thing I don't want Arsenal fans to get, disheartened with Rice is that I don't want you guys to think that he's a creator. He can create, but his job is more of a breaker, destroyer, and ball progressor. If you need that done, he's giving you that at a very high output. But Jude Bellingham, 100 million player, paying dividends, bro. Player of the month, I believe, for Madrid. Player of the month in La Liga, new country. You can see he's trying to embrace the culture. He's a real professional.
Not even that. Just to even, I know Bellingham is getting all the plaudits, but as you said, this guy's running back that old school,
that old 1-2-1-2.
Yeah. And what that means is now he's integrating all of these midfielders. We're now seeing a lot more minutes from Tchouaméni. We're seeing Camavinga playing his preferred position on that left side of midfield. You're seeing Valverde a lot more involved. Rodrigo's now a bona fide starter now up front with Vinicius, and they look steady. And it's funny. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say even Hosselu's played the last two games, I think, because
he did.
He's been injured. He doesn't look out. He doesn't look out of place. They also have this left back as well. Oh, I can't remember. Fran Garcia.
Yeah,
he's from the academy. So Madrid are doing things. They're doing things in the way they need to, and even probably away from that, another team that's doing things the way they need to is PSG. They've done a lot of business within the French league as well, and that's away from the Premier League as well. But I think you need to give kudos to teams that operate in the way that the team should and do things in the right manner. This is Los Blancos' heritage. Galacticos. Bellingham's a Galactico. Simples.
Facts. He's coming in and he's actually short. And what's so crazy, bro, is that this guy is 20 years of age, bro. He is 20 years of age and he is so mature, so grounded, so focused. Age 20 to go from Birmingham, to Dortmund. I'm not too sure if that's the name of the town in Germany, but you go to Germany and then you go to Madrid, and you're a big player in all these places. Do you know what I'm saying,
bro? You're talking about 3 different clubs, and he's only 20, and it's not like any of these clubs he was there for. Like apart from Birmingham, Dortmund, he was there for I think 3 full seasons. Madrid, obviously, is his first season here, but he doesn't waste any time. None of this. Oh, he's not playing in his right position. Just get straight to work.
No, bro. Straight to work. Just to move on, I just wanted to quickly glaze over the Champions League draws. You guys got in your group, obviously your group A. Your group A, right?
Yeah, group A, yeah.
Yeah, group A, Bayern Munich, United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. So you're gonna be watching Zaha and all them man a bit closely more than I will. Anyways, I'll probably still end up watching it if they're not watching your game. If it's not on the same time as us.
You're talking about this. You're talking about Zaha. We spoke about this is why we need to listen to DJ when he speaks. You know what I mean? Like we said about Zaha, I said, why did he go to Galatasaray? The last 2 games, 20 minutes and 45 minutes, 6.9 and 6.5.
He's looking shit. Yeah, sorry, man.
He's looking
smelly. I've been seeing some people have been making some TikToks with sad music. Like, why did he leave? And he's coming on, he's fumbling his touches.
Yeah, bro. There was one that Icardi and the man on the bench were laughing at Zaha. Said, nah, you left being a king at Palace for this, bro. Or it was because you didn't want United to get any of the sell-on bonus.
The grass isn't always greener.
There you go. Not even the grass isn't always greener. You too as well, bro. Look at your ability and act accordingly.
Making money, though. Making money, big dog.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but yeah, what do you think about your group?
I think we should be coming out of it. I think Copenhagen, okay, Fairs, we should be battering them. Galatasaray, obviously away from home, they have a lot of backing, but we should be definitely coming out of this group. Munich is the only high game.
What team did Højlund used to play for?
He played for Atalanta.
Yeah, he used to play for Copenhagen. Yeah.
Oh, Copenhagen, of course.
Yeah.
He's Danish, to be fair.
Group B, Arsenal. She's A and B. Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lens. We got European League group, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm not trying to disrespect the comp, but I feel like we have to be top in this group if we want to be taken seriously.
I think I wouldn't underestimate Sevilla away.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sevilla are the only team here that I would say would give us a hard time, but the other 2 teams I would not to say guaranteed wins because it is Champions League. All the teams are going to be competitive, but I'm expecting us to kind of top the group, kind of be dominating in doing that as well.
You should really, to be fair, but I think Lions they've had a decent season last season. Obviously, they made Champions League.
That's for finance team, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's gone now. Gone to Saudi.
Group C, Napoli, Real Madrid. So we'll see Osimhen against. Ancelotti, did he used to manage? I don't think so.
Napoli. He did, yeah.
He did, yeah.
I'm nearly certain he did, yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So Ancelotti going against his old team. Braga, Union Berlin. Union Berlin are supposed to be a team to watch out for. So I might have to tune into at least one of their games. Group D, Benfica, Milan, Salzburg, Sociedad. Go over to the other side. Group E, Lazio, Madrid, Feyenoord, and Celtic. It's so funny, yeah, because Rangers could have been in the Champions League as well, but I think they lost to PSV in the qualifier.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
could have had 6 British teams in the group stage.
That would have been absolutely bonkers.
Absolutely crazy, man.
Celtic are getting dumped out of that group.
Yeah, that's a tough group, but this is the group of death. Actually, just speaking on Celtic, I actually watched Celtic versus Rangers on the weekend, and they have so many Korean and Japanese players. They're all quality. But man, Rangers seem like they're so far, not far behind, but it just seems like Celtic is just that bit better than them. Every time I try to go for Rangers, but anyways, away from that, Group F is the group of death. Newcastle couldn't have been given a harder group to make their return to the Champions League to PSG, Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle. Every single match in that group is going to be absolutely fantastic. City, I feel like they always tend to get an easy group. How, I don't know. Probably pink slips. Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Antwerp. Barcelona also kind of got an easy group. I feel like the overall comp in the Champions League,
it's not that good.
Yeah, like before, when you used to hear like some of these teams, like the Lazios, the PSVs, the Inter Milan, the Benficas, you're gonna be a bit, damn, this is a European game. Even the Portos, there's just filler teams. There's a lot of filler teams.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's a lot of shit teams. Young Boys, not a Champions League team. Star Serbia team, Crescenza, like what? Can you scroll to your left or right? Either way. Royal Antwerp, Shakhtar. Do you know what I mean? Everybody looks like they have an easy group.
Do you know what's so funny? Yeah, because I feel like if it was the more household names in some of these leagues, will be more like if it was Schalke instead of, let's say, Schalke instead of Union Berlin, or Leverkusen instead of Leipzig, or you know what I'm saying? It's sounding a bit more like more household names. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think I hear you what you're trying to say, but I think like even from Germany, Union Berlin, like I know they had a very good season last year, but they're not at the level for Champions League right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even Newcastle to an extent.
Leverkusen probably would have, like, if I was to think of a team that is coming. Yeah, the comp is very weak. Galatasaray, have they opened like a new gate or a new way?
If we're being real, yeah, like realistically, let me zoom out. Realistically, how many teams are we gonna say can actually win this thing? Okay, Bayern Munich, United. I think Arsenal, Sevilla probably can. I don't think Atletico could win it. I think PSG could potentially win it. I think Napoli or Madrid could win it. So I'll say about 7 to 10 teams because I'll probably put City and Barca. But if I'm talking about serious teams to win it, it's only probably two. I'll say City, City and Bayern.
The additional teams haven't made it better. It's just fillers. They're just there.
It's going to be interesting to see what it looks like next year with the change in the format, because obviously it's not going to be group stage anymore. It's going to be a league phase.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to move on from Champions League draws, we'll go to the Carabao Cup draws and just touch on a few of the bigger games. Your locals, Salford against Burnley, Exeter against Luton, away day for Luton, Villa, Everton, Premier League clash, United got Palace at home, kind of favourable tie, probably very tough opposition though. Brentford at home against Arsenal, so Arsenal got Brentford away. Chelsea against Brighton, that's going to be very tricky for Chelsea. Liverpool against Leicester. City have Newcastle away as well. That is it. Carabao Cup Energy Drink Trophy, we won't pay it too much attention. Any big stories football wise? I know we spoke about Sancho already. Grealish and Trent have actually pulled out of the England squad. They've got injured. Al Ittihad apparently are gonna make a fresh bid to get Salah. I don't think they will. I feel like the fact that the UK, the English transfer window is closed, it's going to make it impossible for them to, get Salah replacement. So I don't think Liverpool will get rid. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else?
I think Liverpool should have cashed in on that money, but obviously it's a bit tight time-wise. But yeah.
But even that, man, they have a quality attack, man. I feel like even if they do cash in at this moment in time, I know they don't have a left-footed player to play on the right, but I feel like they have the abundance and talent to still get over the hump without it having a catastrophic effect on their season.
Yeah, that's true. To be fair.
But yeah, that's it. Apparently, somebody tried to headbutt Roy Keane at the Emirates on Sunday. But yeah.
Okay, Richard wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, man. I guess that's it.
Sanchez is left.
Davinson Sanchez or Alexis Sanchez?
Yeah. Davinson Sanchez left Tottenham.
To where?
Yeah. Galatasaray, that's the one.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, that's more or less it from me.
Who's top of the FPL right now? I know you're above me. You're above me by like 2 points, Who's top?
I've been on
Femi Popola. He's used his free hit this week though, but he's moved.
A lot of people have been using stuff like that. I don't understand. It's not squeaky boom time yet.
To be honest, I thought these men will play. They're not that far ahead still.
Yeah, top only has 30 points ahead of me.
Yeah, 30 points. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And my defense has been fudged this whole time, bro. I have Gabriel and Martinez and Botman. Botman has been playing against all the tough teams. Don't know why I picked him. Martinez has your defense has kind of been shy, and Gabriel hasn't even been starting. But
I've taken the doggy man. He's been chopping for me.
Yeah, I should have got him, but I feel like I don't want to. I need to get him soon before he goes up too much, and I feel like it's a rip-off.
Strong day then, bro. But they're playing a team where you can flourish from it, so
we'll see. They've got tough games coming up. But yeah, man. I'm ready to wrap it up, man. Even went over by 20 minutes, but we'll be back. We'll be back during the week. Next week, international break. We'll try and come up with some content for you guys. And then we're back. Obviously, the Premier League is back on the weekend following. Champions League is back the week following, following that weekend. So obviously, it's going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of the season. The content is going to be coming thick and fast. Pause. But yeah, man, it's going to be exciting times.
Crazy pause. Yeah,
So thick and fast, man.
exciting times. The football. I mean, international weekend is this weekend. So
Yeah.
this weekend we're not playing
Yeah.
Premier League football the week after. But yeah, that's you've kind of covered everything I've said. No FPL this weekend, so you can keep your transfers. I know a lot of people are going to be transferring people out and not knowing and not realizing. But yeah, if there's nothing else to cover, bro, well, that's good for me. If everybody could like and subscribe.
Yeah, big thanks to everyone who tuned in as well, everyone who commented, everybody who smashed the like button, everybody who hasn't, who's watching it back, please smash the like button. As BJ said, it means a lot more than you can imagine.
100 subscribers as well, guys. I actually forgot to mention that.
Yeah, actually, we should have. That should have
how we. Guys.
Yeah, that should have been how we opened the show. Thank you guys for the 100 subs. Next goal 250, 500, 1K. You know, onwards and upwards. All right. Pieces, guys.
Take it easy, people.